Fine. We take up change in narration as a part of transformation for class 11 English core. Now, change in narration basically means interchange between direct and indirect speeches, or changing the narration one and the same thing. This may be asked by way of error detection or by way of transformation. Supposing one very important thing, change in narration, direct and indirect, is what you all have grown up with. However, there are a few finer details that I want to take you through. Supposing there is a question in the direct speech. The direct speech is a question, and its reported speech, for example, is: she asked Rahul that when did the next class began. What I'm trying to tell you is this the right way of saying, or should I write, she asked Rahul that when the next class began. Or should I express myself as she asked Rahul she asked Rahul when the next class began. Which of these three options is the right? And if you want, we'll come back to that a little later. However, let's change it into direct speech. So I reckon you would say she said, comma, inverted commas, begin. Rahul, this is one way, there may be many other ways. Rahul, when does the next class begin? This is one of the many ways. The object to the verb said, that is Rahul, can be outside the direct speech, or it can be in the beginning, or it can come in the end. So if this is the direct speech, how do I change it into indirect speech? And we have three options. We have these three options. We have these three options, 1, 2, and 3. She asked that when did the next class began. There are in fact three grammatical errors here. She asked Rahul when the next class began. She asked Rahul when the next class began. And I know for sure that the right answer is, the right way of expressing oneself is the third one. She asked Rahul when the next class began. This is the right one. Important thing for you all, important thing for us, for all of us to understand is, so whenever direct speech has a question, whenever direct speech, if direct speech has a question, direct speech has a question. Question may be of two kinds. We'll discuss that in a short while. I do not introduce the indirect speech using that. I do not use that. The use of that is incorrect. The use of that is incorrect. I do not use that as a subordinating conjunction. I use I copied on the question word itself. However, the question that is there in the direct speech is a kind of question whose answer is not yes or no. Supposing the question is such whose answer is yes or no. Say for example, I say she said, comma, inverted commas, begin, inverted commas, begin, will you come to school tomorrow? Supposing. This is the question. Again, the base rule remains the same. I will not use that. I will not use that. In this case, I'll use, in such a situation, I either use if or whether. I either use if or I use whether. And again, I will not use that. I will not use that. So I may say, she asked Rahul if slash whether he would come to school the following day. Full stop. Again, I have not used that. I have not used that. But that is one basic thing to understand. Very basic. That if there is a question in the direct speech, I will not use that. This is the basic thing.